So we'll do a quick little intro here and then get into it. John, you want to kick us off and then I'll introduce them?
I will kick us off. But before we do, I just want to say, man, it's freaking amazing to have both you here. I just thank you so much for making time for us. This is a true honor
Yeah,
having
this is
you
very,
got.
very
Oh,
cool.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, it's an honor to be on here and you're wanting us to be on here.
Yes.
Oh
absolutely.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? Technically, I think we've already started. Let's just get
Okay.
right into it.
Okay.
Hey,
Because I think that's the best way to start the program. For
Yeah.
those of you who don't know who our guests are today, we have a returning guest, Beverly Randolph, and somebody we've been trying to get for a while. And Beverly said, "Well, I can get Linnea if you would like her." And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think we would like Linnea Quigley. So thank you both very, very
Absolutely.
much for coming on the show. Something we actually talked about in our last episode, I didn't get to talk to Linnea about. This is the third attempt I've had with you. I was this close to talking to you two other times. One was you came to San Antonio with Beverly for a quick little convention at a mall. I was in the
Oh,
parking lot
yeah.
ready to get signatures, and an emergency came up, and I had to leave, and I never got back. And I was very disappointed. And the other one was you were actually working on a movie. I don't know if it was ever completed about extras. And your
Oh,
friend
yeah.
Marsha Miller had
Mm-hmm.
me shoot some stuff for that. And she said, "There's no compensation, but I might be able to get you to, might be able to get Linnea and you to be able to talk for a couple minutes." I'm like, "That is plenty of compensation." I then got edited out.
Oh,
so,
darn it.
so I was not in it. I'm like, "Oh my God, my opportunities have faltered." So the fact that you're with us today, thank you so much. Third time is the charm. So it's very nice to have you both joining us.
yeah.
So
Kyle,
thank
you got to get to more conventions, man. Linnea
I
at tons of conventions. I
I
seen you 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago at Living Dead Weekend in Pennsylvania.
Oh, was that crazy or what?
That was an amazing show. It was
Oh,
the
it
entire
was.
cast. I mean,
It
everybody
was.
was there.
Well, Beverly wasn't there.
Oh no, well that's right, Beverly. Beverly, I think, was the one that we missed.
Yes, but
So
there was a
everybody
lot of
else,
people. Yeah. And
it was
I'm
amazing.
going back this year. So,
Yes, really.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's kind of an exclusive. I haven't seen them post that yet. So we got kind of an exclusive
Oh, yeah, you do.
excellent, excellent, excellent. Uh,
bonus.
all
All right.
right. Well, the reason you're here, this is the third part of our saga. We had Michael Joy on, who is producing Trash's Revenge, talk a little bit about what was going on. Beverly came on and then gave us a little update on where things were at that point, and things just seemed like it kept getting more chaotic and more chaotic and more chaotic. However, as of July 31st, there's been some big news. So, which one of you wants to jump in and explain exactly what has happened with this whole lawsuit? And I also want to say, one, we do not have sponsors. So we don't care about any sponsorship issues. We have nothing to lose. If there's an issue that you think the episode might get pulled if we say names, then we can avoid saying names if you want. We're going to let you do whatever you want to do because we're going to post it just as you want it to be posted to try to get the information out.
Oh, that's great. Well, I
So,
think Beverly is a good spokesperson because she led the charge on this.
all right, what happened?
Well, you won't have to edit because we just tell the truth. There's no
Yeah.
monkey business in what we're telling you. We're just going to give you exactly what happened, and yeah, that's it. So, we'll go way back. So 10 years ago, this guy, Steve Walsh, and his brother, Michael Walsh, who's an attorney in Maryland, I believe it is, called some of us up and said, we want to do merchandising of Return of the Living Dead. What do you say? But they were very condescending and rude. And they were like, well, what else do you have going for yourself? As if I have nothing going for myself. And
Wow.
Yeah. So I said, not interested, click. And that night I had dinner with James, Karen, and Alba, and I told Alba about it. I go, Alba, you will not believe the phone call I got. I go, I think he's gonna, call you next. She goes, don't even call him back, Beverly. Don't ever talk to him again. He sounds, horrible. And she's, we're not gonna deal with him either. Okay, good to know. So 2 years ago, a mutual friend of ours said, Linnea's and mine said, hey, there's a guy selling merchandise of you guys. And he said, it's not just a little bit, it's a lot, and it's huge. And the guy claims to own Return of the Living Dead, and it, goes on and on. And we're like, what? And so we started looking into it, and we were just flabbergasted at how much audacity and thievery was out there. And so we started sending out the cease and desist letters and going, hey, stop selling our images. This person doesn't own our images, and he doesn't own our images. And then he turned around and tried to sue us for $2 million. And yes. And so we had to get an attorney, and we all had to put money in to fight this case. And the guy plays dirty. I mean, we are above board and done everything properly. This guy plays dirty. He goes around and he threatens everybody that if we send the cease and desist, he turns around and says, I'm going to sue you if you don't stop selling my merchandise because I own it. And we even asked some of the vendors, hey, could you just take the money and put it aside until the lawsuit is over, until it's decided who owns what? Well, the lawsuit closed out on July 29th. Judge Kevin Brazil in Los Angeles Superior Court said that the preliminary ruling said that Walsh owns nothing, and we had every right to send out the cease and desist, and he does not have any right to sell our images. And he kind of got an idea of this because he started pulling our images down slowly, but he still was fighting the whole thing. Anyway, so then on July 31st, the judge ruled, yes, that's it. That's my ruling. He owns nothing. So then, this is a long-winded thing, I know. Then
that's what we need, is because everyone is like making a short form version of what you guys have been talking about, and I'm like, no, I want the long form. I want to know without any question what is going on. So please continue.
So when the judge ruled that, then all of a sudden, Walsh wants to settle. He goes, okay, we'll settle, because Linnea and Miguel and I all wanted to take it to trial. We felt trial was the best place for this, the best place for us to recoup our losses. And but our attorney, he didn't want to take it to trial after we planned on taking it to trial. He wants the settlement. So he says, you guys have to settle. You won't get anything. And so the settlement actually came in today.
Oh, okay.
Right. It's a crummy settlement in my view. I don't think anybody got enough. And but Walsh doesn't even pay the settlement. His insurance company pays the settlement. Yeah. So it's not even fair. It's it's an awful settlement. And
so if you just have an insurance company, you can do whatever the hell you want, and then when you get caught, you get away with it as long as you can.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't think the settlement is legal because it's based on fraud. He has no right to continue to sell anything because he doesn't own it. So
for 2 years.
So he can still.
Yeah. What is the settlement? What?
Yeah. What can you tell us? What can you tell us?
We can't tell you the amount.
Okay, that's
right.
Everybody got it was a breakdown. So Linnea got the most. I'll tell you that, and it went down from there. I twisted Linnea's arm because I refused to settle. I refused to sign these documents because I felt they were fraudulent. I'm like, there's no way. I'm not signing it. So I was holding up everybody else from getting their settlement. Some of the cast wanted their money. That was just it. They didn't care. They wanted their money. And then Linnea, so I forced Linnea's hand, and I feel bad about it, but I don't feel bad about it because I said, Linnea, I gave her my portion of the settlement. I said, take the money, because she deserves it. Oh my gosh, this wonderful, beautiful Linnea has been so used and abused beyond what is just you can't even imagine how badly she's been used and abused in this. And so I said, just take the money, take the settlement. I refuse to sign it. Do it, Linnea, do it. We'll figure out something after. And so I think she didn't want to, but she did. So and let her tell you that portion of it. But yeah, we can't. If we gave you numbers, then we'd be giving away what other people got. And
Yeah,
that's the
no.
one thing the
No,
Lord.
no, yeah.
It's crummy. Crummy.
I was more wanting to know, what does he get out of this? Is he able to continue selling the
I'll let
merchandise?
Linnea. Yeah, Linnea. I've talked so much. I'm gonna let Linnea talk.
Okay, you're tired of talking. Well, that was wonderfully explained. But he gets 2 more years to sell, which it makes no sense because what he is doing is illegal.
Right.
And it's based on fraud. So I don't know how that settlement got made that way.
No.
Well, when you guys sent us, and you've made public the findings on the 31st, the judgment, and when you sent it to me, Beverly, I was like, oh crap, because I thought this is going to be some legalese and 1,000 pages long and not be able to really figure out and understand what it is.
Yeah.
But it comes right out and says exactly that MGM owns it. He has no rights to it whatsoever, other than makeup, I understand.
And I thought clothing was in there too, or drink.
So yeah, drink. Yeah, it was makeup
Dead
and
makeup or Return of the Living Dead drink. It's just those. It's just those. I feel like some of the trademarks kind of slipped under, but he literally owns nothing of Return of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
And this isn't just him selling stuff. This is him making arrangements with other companies to sell stuff. And he also had people back his film, which at this point may or may not be made. Last time I saw it on IMDb, now it says 2027 release, so it's another year. And we tried to actually, like you said, Beverly, go ahead, try to get him. We went on IMDb and contacted his assistant. We went on their official website and contacted through the Contact Us. Went on Facebook, went there, and not only are we not getting a screw you, we're not getting a response of any kind.
Right.
Which is also not the best public service. Regardless. And we weren't even going to attack him. Our approach was going to be the same way we approached you originally, Beverly. Tell us your side of the story. Tell us about the movie. We're huge fans. I have the jacket back there, the shirt on. I've got posters on my wall. I got a drinky cup here with your guys' faces on it.
Wow.
Probably all of which is illegal.
Yeah.
Did you buy any of that from Steve Walsh?
Well, that's the thing. I looked. Nothing says... actually, that doesn't give any credit to anybody. It doesn't say living this or return of that or anybody's names. It's just the actual images. So I don't know if this is some guy in his basement knocking a few things off for a conference or a fan convention, or if it's a bigger thing. I do know when I bought the jacket, the guy said, this is licensed. Nowhere does it say it's licensed.
There's your hint. It's
I was going to say
officially licensed to Steve Walsh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys yourselves aren't licensing out anything.
No, because
nor is MGM.
Right. Yeah.
So anything that's out there is not approved by the people who own the actual copyrights. Correct.
Right.
So anything.
Wow.
Anything. Well, it's not even here's what you need to look for if you're buying something. And I also, we talked about it before, Beverly, you said you weren't out to get like the people who make fan art and that type of thing. You're not out to get them. And I know there was a confusion about that. They're like, okay, they just want to take all of our stuff. That is not the case. Correct.
No.
You just want to get the guy who's selling stuff in Target and Ross
and Walmart.
That's crazy.
And
how those companies license something from somebody that doesn't own it, that they did not do their due diligence is mind-boggling.
Yeah, exactly.
That
You would
is.
figure if anybody, a Walmart or Target or a big giant like that, would
Yeah.
say, now, wait a minute.
So what it's really going to take is Amazon owns MGM to step up and say, look, we own this sucker because no one is going to win against Amazon,
No,
but they're just not doing it.
Right. They're not doing it.
not yet.
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Not
Are
yet.
you, is there are wheels in motion?
We don't know because we're not hearing anything from Amazon or MGM. Nobody's saying boo. But I will tell you something. When the word went out last week that the judge had made his ruling, I got a call from William Stout, who owns Tarman, who owns the Return of the Living Dead font. And he said, Beverly, how do you like the attorney? And so we had a little quick back and forth. So I think that might be Tarman's daddy's going to come home and play soon. And I think it's going to be an
Wow.
interesting time for that.
Oh my gosh, it's
Because one
going
of
to
the
be
things,
great.
yeah, so one of the things I'd read was that there was, and I don't have that document on me, but he had put in a request for rights for a comic book, was denied those rights, but if you go on the website, they're selling comic books.
Right.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he did 2 Kickstarters for his Return of the Living Dead movie,
Yeah.
and people put in a lot of money.
Yeah.
Here's why we really wanted to get you guys back on. Um, we do a lot of these backing films. We did. I put in quite a lot for Trash, Trash's Revenge.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I bought the whole media pack. I bought a scene in the movie that I shot, and I'm extremely proud of.
Oh,
I really liked
wow.
it. I was like, okay, I wonder what I'm going to get. And they sent me thing, and I actually talked to Richard Driscoll about a couple weeks ago, and he said there's about an announcement coming up. He can't tell me what it
Yeah.
is. It's big, and he says, I'm and something about my scene, and I'm like, really? What is all this? Um, I also backed Rebirth of the Living Dead that John Russo signed off on.
Oh,
So, which comes out next week, and I did a scene for that. So at least it's coming out. I don't know the arrangements for this.
right.
I
How-
Is that the
would,
one Dustin Ferguson
yeah,
directed or?
Yes.
Okay.
yes, which comes out, yeah, it comes out next week, and it's a sequel to the book, I guess, because the book is different from the movie.
Right.
Yes. So that made sense, and John Russo signed off on it, which I understand he also is involved in some part with Trash's Revenge, correct?
Yes, and I'll tell you, Steve Walsh went after the publisher of John Russo's book, saying you can't publish the book. He went after,
Really?
he was telling there been so many. He's gone after so many people, and he said, this one fella, young man, Matt Balia, who was told by Walsh, she gave him $5,000 for licensing, new kid starting out. Gave him $5,000 for licensing, and we cut him down fast, poor kid. We said send him a cease and desist because we didn't know who he was, and he immediately messaged Walsh and said, "Hey, the cast is telling me that they're not working with you," and he's immediately sent him a cease and desist. I'm going to come after you. I'm going to sue you. You better keep selling. So it's
We are
crazy.
going to get
So
sued, John.
well, yeah, here's the thing. You might get something because he also, everything with Trash's Revenge has just kind of gone quiet.
Mhm.
And because Walsh is trying to sue him too. Driscoll had up a GoFundMe or one of those things, a Kickstarter.
Right.
And Walsh
Yeah, Cinebacker,
contacted-
I think that one.
well,
Yeah.
now it is Cinebacker. But before that, he had one of the standard ones out, and Walsh
Right.
came after him and shut it down.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
and he was named in our lawsuit. So that's
Yeah.
why the thing has. So now that the lawsuit is settled, we might be hearing more, but we're not at liberty to say too much.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And that's
Here's
probably
what
why
I'll
he.
say about it real quick, Kyle. I just want to
Okay.
jump in. If we, for whatever reason, receive on this show a cease and desist letter, I'm going to frame that some bitch and hang it up on my wall.
I love it. I love it.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah, it's a point of pride. But I want to show you. I don't know if I can show this document to you guys that our attorney had me sign, but I'm going to put it up here. At the bottom, it says, I am only signing this. I have not shown this. Oh, it's
Oh,
not
it's
going to show
not.
up.
Is it,
I will
email it to us and
I'll
we'll
email
put
it
it
to
up
you.
digitally.
Yeah, because you'll see it says, I am only signing this because my castmates need to be paid. And it's, I'm not going to, I asked for the judge to see it. And I clearly know now that it was not given to the judge, but I'm only signing this to
Oh.
get my castmates paid. I will not be a party to a settlement that perpetuates fraud. So, and I had to sign it, but
Yeah.
So is anything still happening September 11th, 2028? Or is that now, that was the original date that you guys were supposed to go to court, I believe.
that was
And
trial date.
yeah, is that no longer happening because of this document that you
Um,
signed or
I don't
no?
think we have to because he's starting to pay us. Isn't that right?
Well,
Or
yeah, this, you're not going to like to hear this, Linnea.
uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, what it is that the case is now being dismissed, because there's a settlement. Even though, so I don't know what that looks like for, Walsh, but my thing right here says consent to dismiss with, prejudice, just consent to dismissal with prejudice. And so the case is now, they're both parties. We were in court last week and our attorney wasn't there and he really didn't need to be there. But I brought up something to the judge. So the judge pushed the hearing to another date. But now the two attorneys are going to go and contact the judge to have the case dismissed that it was settled. So there's a settlement, even though the settlement is fraudulent, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Or our opinion, we will not be going to trial now because, and the other point is that our attorney doesn't want to go to trial, even though he said we were going to run with this. We're done.
And
If
Walsh
he continues to sell in 2 years, I think we can sue him.
If he continues to sell after 2 years,
Yeah.
the merchandise that's on the list, it's not everything. It's only certain items on this list. So otherwise, the judge should have said something to the effect that whilst you don't own it, you stop selling immediately. I don't know quite what that's called, but that's what should have happened, and that none of that ever happened. So even when we kept writing the cease and desist, at one point, our attorney said, "Stop sending out the cease and desist. The more money he makes, the more money you'll get." And I'm like, "But no, we want to stop him. We don't."
Yeah.
Point. We've already had 10 years of him selling us. We want to stop him. So there was a lot of things in there that I just really couldn't stomach and it's not right. None of that is right. It's not on board.
Plus, his insurance paid us, not him. It didn't come out of him.
So he's not hurt at all.
No.
Not at all.
No.
So why did your attorney not want to continue to push forward, if I can ask, if you're able to say? Why do you say this is good enough?
I can tell you what I think. I think he told me, he goes, "It's only me, Beverly. I'm it." And he says, I need to get paid. I need to get paid. So and he was saying things to me like
you two
well,
need
Linnea
to get
signed
paid.
what? Sorry?
You two need to get paid.
Yeah. Well, Linnea,
Miguel and the whole crew.
Oh yeah, I think the money came through today, so I think everybody's gotten their little bits and pieces but yeah, unfortunately, I got the letter today and I was quite sad to see it. I thought, this is not right. None of this is right. So,
and we'd have to come up with like 200,000 or 300,000 each or something to keep suing. It was, I mean, it's very expensive.
God. That's why people don't. I mean, that's probably what they figured is no one's going to make a big fuss about this and it costs more to do it. But the fact that, I mean, like a couple months ago, somebody said, "Oh my God, look at the cool stuff, Return of the Living Dead stuff I found at Ross." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I went to my Ross and there wasn't anything there, but it probably sold out because people like to get their hands on Return of the Living Dead stuff.
Even if it doesn't,
like me.
Well, your stuff is good, but some of that merchandise out there is garbage.
Well, that's the thing. And okay, by the way, I have there's one question that's been bothering me for a long time. In this picture, this is not you, Linnea. And that is not. I'm looking the wrong way. This is not suicide.
No.
And this is not Linnea.
No.
Right.
Trash. Okay, exactly. They're just random people because they're selling everything as that is trash and that is suicide. And I'm like, those are just random zombies they put on the poster. That is not them. They don't have hair like that. They don't look like that.
I
So,
know.
but that's what they're selling. They're selling a trash figure that is not trash.
Yeah.
And like, and there's a big debate online of whether it is. I'm like, well, how about I actually ask Trash and she can answer it? So we finally have an answer. But
Yay.
yeah, but that was the time. I guess they were selling these canisters that looked like the trioxin barrels that had these characters in them, and for like
Mhm.
$60
Oh,
and a
really?
piece. And
Wow.
people were buying the whole box because they knew how, rare they were, and to sell them. And I'm like, whoa, that's,
Was this at Ross?
supposedly that's what I had
Oh
saw on
my
Facebook.
gosh.
Those are also
So
at
Oh my God.
Target. Those are also at Target and possibly Walmart.
Oh.
It was a big deal. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
I mainly take I get upset when they do a real good likeness of me on something, and my pose and the exact clothes and expression, then it really bothers me.
Yeah.
really? Okay.
And
Well,
and also that we don't have a say to what they sell. They could sell vibrators or something, they could sell,
Well, they were selling
crap.
marijuana. They were selling
Yeah.
marijuana.
Yeah.
really? Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Steve
Wow.
Walsh was. Steve Walsh. I was
Wow.
curious.
Oh my God.
There's some crazy stuff I've
Is
seen,
there
like cologne,
Yeah.
Oh,
Tarman cologne.
Schlockhart. It's Lockhart. I call him Schlockhart. Those imbeciles over at that company, Linnea, that's that perfume that they're selling for like $90 a bottle with your picture on it.
Stupid.
Yeah, and I wrote to them, and they put up little memes of oh, crybaby Beverly. It's like,
Oh, wow.
guys, you're doing something and it's completely wrong. But here's the thing: I just got the word from somebody else that had spoken to Lockhart,
Uh-huh.
and he said that Walsh said, no, don't worry. We own it. They lost, and Beverly got kicked out of the lawsuit. If it could be that, only be that easy.
Oh my
So,
Wow.
and the Schlockhart company believed it. I saw the paperwork. I saw it in writing that he said, no, that Beverly keeps putting up the paperwork from the courts, and I don't know what that paperwork she's putting out, but she got kicked off the case. So it's like, oh my God, where in the world does this person live that they do not have any kind of an educational system to understand what all those papers I sent in are? It's just like, what is wrong with him?
and his own lawyers backed out, or at least
Yeah, they
was
quit.
trying to for a period of time.
Yes, that's right.
This
That's
is
right.
this is crazier now actually than it was before. Because I thought
Yeah.
when it got resolved, case closed. But the fact that it gets to continue
Yeah.
after the fact is absolutely insane to me.
Yeah.
Because that's
is.
really just opening it up to anybody else. I don't know why he just sticks with Return of the Living Dead. Why doesn't he go after other, or maybe he does. Maybe he has other names. I don't know. But it just seems like if you've got one and you realize you can get away with it, just do everybody.
Yeah. I wish everybody would report it or
Yeah.
help us out a little bit. Tell the vendors what they think and tell them it's like all of the merchandise of Linnea, they should send it to Linnea. They should say, I'm so sorry. We screwed up. We didn't look into this well enough, or we knew there was something going on, but we continued to sell. Here, Linnea, here's all the merchandise. It's like they wouldn't lose money. They could save face and they could be a better person, and they could let Linnea profit off of it if she wanted to profit off of it. It's
Not
like,
to mention, you could have Linnea's endorsement if you did something like that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If Linnea came out and said, these guys were a good company, look what they did for me.
right.
That's got to be worth something right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Fright Rags is a good company. They took our side, didn't they, Beverly?
Well, I like the fellas at Fright Rags, Ben,
Yeah.
and I call him Creepy Chris Tansky. I really like them. And they said when I told them what was going on, they immediately stopped selling the merchandise with our images on it. However, now here's another sticky wicket. I'm telling maybe too much, but anyway, Larry is also an advisor or attorney for Fright Rags, which after I caught on to that, I went, wait a minute, isn't this a conflict of interest? Because Fright Rags continued to work with Steve Walsh. in selling
Yeah.
merchandise. Didn't have our images on it, but the merchandising did continue, even though they knew that he doesn't own us, and he clearly doesn't own Return of the Living Dead. I don't think they knew that, but if Zerner was their attorney, he would certainly go, yeah, but let's keep selling. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's hard. I like those guys, and I really don't wish the vendors anything terrible. I wish they'd just step up. Just step up.
What is,
Yeah.
and it's not even an option for, ROTLD originals to get together and start selling your own stuff because technically you don't own it either.
Correct.
Right.
So you can't even compete with him and say, you know what? This is going to be the authentic stuff. This is going to be our stuff. We'll even sign posters and whatever. You really could. Actually, under the circumstances, I'd almost consider it just
Yeah.
because, maybe nothing will happen.
Right.
Well, this is the absolute crazy. Okay, so, and here's the next question, and I really hope this because we're talking about Trash's Revenge, and since I'm involved with it, I don't want to bite myself in the foot, but I've got to ask the question. So one of the posts, Beverly, you actually shared a post. It was actually from a couple years ago, from Michael Joy when they were talking about doing Trash's Revenge in the first place and how Dragon Studios had the rights for the last 12 years, which at this point would be 14 years. How does Dragon Studios have the rights to do Trash's Revenge if Amazon MGM still owns Return of the Living Dead? Do they have an agreement to make a sequel? Uh, how is that one being made legally? And please
He
tell me it is.
Okay. Yes. What Richard Driscoll's keeping it very close to the chest. He's not giving away very much to any of us. We only
Okay.
saw our sides to go and film. As probably you did too. None of us saw a
Yes.
full script.
Yep.
And
No.
maybe Linnea probably saw a full script, but we did not. And so he's not telling us very much. I do know that John Russo is involved because he owned a certain item from our movie, or originally when George Russo and
George Romero.
George Romero and John Russo parted ways. Yeah, thank you, Linnea. And parted ways. So he bought something from John Russo, and then he also had Bill Stout working with him, and that's why his name, I believe, is on there as well. So there's pieces from here and there. So Richard Driscoll's been very careful about how he's managed everything, and that's all I know and can really say. Linnea might know more, but that's all I can. I can just piece those things together. That's all I can.
Right. And he's not doing a rip-off of Return. He's not using Return of the Living Dead or Tarman or any, like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's able to get around because I know some things changed when I shot my scene. Just now, maybe I shouldn't go that far into it either, but I knew part of the script, and then Beverly at that time said there were some changes being made. So I'm like, okay, because what I originally signed on for changed. And at first I was a little disappointed because I'm like, oh, I really wanted to do this. And then I recorded a nice 2 minute long scene. I was like, holy cow,
That's great.
I hope it all stays in. But even if a few seconds, I always wanted to be a part of Return of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead is my favorite horror film of all time. And I always wanted to be somehow involved with it. So that's why when I saw this opportunity, I'm like, I'm doing it. I've done a lot of extra work in the past. I'm like, I will pay to get involved in this particular film. And I would have also done Walsh's. Had I saw it, I would have done it because I would have assumed everything was fine. And I
Right.
knew that the whole Linnea connection was legit because one of the things I got as a bonus was a recording of Linnea doing an answering machine message that I have, and I still haven't been able to use it because I was
Oh,
actually applying for jobs at the time, and I'm like, I need to have my voice on there, but I have it, and I'm going to use it one of these days. But yeah, but so I'm like, okay, she would not have gone through all this trouble unless she was legitimately attached to this. So that gave me some confidence. Um, and then after that, I read everything falling apart. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. What is going on? And then Russo's also doing Spawn of the Living Dead, which is a sequel to Night of the Living Dead. And we were just looking at each other like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
And then,
Right?
and then there was a remake of Night of the Living Dead, which now has been renamed Night of the Rising Dead.
Oh
And
my
and
God.
we're like, this whole Living Dead universe just seems like in the last 2 years has gone AWOL, and it's a free for all. And yeah, every time we asked a question, we were like, okay, that's a good answer. And then literally like 2 or 3 days later, John and I would call each other, did you read this? Now
Oh,
what's
I
going
know.
on? So I can't imagine being in your shoes having to deal with this for a decade, and it's just insane. And we really truly hope this. Well, the thing is that now it doesn't sound like it may work out the way you're hoping.
It
Um,
might. I mean,
I,
I think Walsh is got a big head and is delusional, and I think he'll go over 2 years, selling, and he'll do other things. And he's going to have all these people coming after him like zombies, that gave money to be in this Return of the Living Dead and the Kickstarters, two of them. And, it's going to be bad. And
do
all
you
the people that licensed it.
do you know if they've actually shot any of that movie? So we know they made that trailer, but they made the trailer
I
specifically
don't
as
think
a
so.
trailer.
I
And
don't think so. They did something with what was that actor's name, Beverly?
Is it
Devin.
Devin
Devon Sawa.
Sawa?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they probably shot his stuff, but the cast and the crew weren't getting paid. It was a big thing. And,
It was a short.
they offered me money to be in it. And I said, no, I'm not going to do that. You know,
Yeah.
Did they offer you guys a role in the movie or money to be in the movie before? I would think obviously before all this other stuff came out, or
it
was
was,
it like
it was before we started the lawsuit. Yeah, definitely.
okay?
yeah,
It
and
was right before.
that's when you're like, click, nope, I'm not talking to them. Enough's enough.
Yeah, no, I was
And then
like,
all of a sudden they just kept moving forward.
Yeah.
yeah, they offered me a lot of money and it was very like, oh my God, I could get this much money. But it just went against all the principles. He was the
Yeah.
enemy.
Wow. That is absolutely crazy and sad because
Yeah.
again, it's something that so many of us have been fans of for so many years. And as much as we, because we're like, oh, there's going to be a sequel. Oh, there's going to be two sequels. Oh, there's two sequels and this other one. Like,
Now they're all
Yes.
fighting, and now they're all fighting.
yeah, and everyone seems to be arguing with it. This one says this one's a fraud. This person says nope, the other one's a fraud. I'm like, okay, I'm involved in two of these things, so I want them to be successful, but I also don't want to see anybody get screwed. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, say Walsh or whoever makes another, sequel, uh, makes the movie and makes money from the movie. In my mind, I thought, well, even if they do. Once this is all resolved, if in fact Beverly and Linnea and Miguel and the whole crew win this battle, all the money he makes is going to have to either go to you guys or Amazon anyway, so it's not going to matter and he will have lost the money. Or if it turns out he was legit and he had something somewhere that said so, then he rightly gets it, and a lot of people call him a schmuck for not being a schmuck. And so we're like, whichever way this goes. And now I got this feeling like it could go forward and he could profit from this. And you
Well, he
guys
already
will,
has, I think,
yeah, well, I'm
Yeah,
right?
sure
I'm
he
Because
has.
he didn't
sure he
even have to pay
has.
out anything out of his own pocket,
Right.
Yeah.
No,
so
no.
he's
And
already
he's got
profited.
all these licensings, and I'm sure Target and Walmart gave him a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Lot.
Yeah.
Also, you can see on my page, there's a couple of vendors coming out going, I gave him my life savings to do Return
Yes.
of the Living Dead movie. I didn't know that he didn't have the rights to that, and he was going to go after him. He was really upset. So there's a lot of people,
Yeah.
and I always get lots of messages from people going, Beverly, I gave him money. Beverly, I gave him money. It's all, I think he did a fundraiser to build the tar man, the new tar man. I can't remember how much that cost to build, but he's just been taking money left and right from people and telling him that, he's got something that he just doesn't have.
I am so
Yeah.
glad I did not hear of the Kickstarter beforehand because I would have done it.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
would have given,
I
and you would
would've
have given
done
a lot
it.
of money.
This is a wake-up call. If you're gonna get involved in any kind of Kickstarter situation or crowdfunder for an IP, double, unless it's a fan film,
Hmm.
which is never going to be in theaters or on that those are always pretty much limited. Be careful because this is the biggest example of what can go wrong if you put your money in the wrong place. So far, I've gotten very lucky. John got screwed once or twice, but
A couple times,
not big, not
not
big money.
but not a
Trash
living
is-
dead screw.
yeah. And Trash's Revenge is the most I've donated anything. I really that because once I saw your names in it, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this is the actual cast coming back. This isn't, another one of these sequels, that's just goes whichever way. Because that was the thing I was disappointed with the second one. I loved the fact that two of the main people were returning. I'm like, oh, that's great. They're playing different characters. But there's a whole cast of characters here. Why aren't the rest of them in this movie?
We were told we were going to be in it.
We were.
We were all called up by the studio like a couple months after we finished, the movie came out. They go, get ready, we're going to go do part 2. And we're all so excited. And then my mom's in the film business. My mother was reading the trade. She goes, Beverly, your name's not on the movie. I'm like, what? And so I got the trade. I was like, oh my gosh, they dumped us. And it turned out that I think it was Japanese investors, and they only wanted James and Tom back.
Yeah.
So it was such a bummer.
Yeah,
It was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah, we were devastated, ready to go back. We were ready. So
Because we worked for hardly any money. It was like SAG minimum or whatever like that. And we were in
Yeah.
mud. You were falling on your face in mud millions of times. And
you were all
Didn't-
get cold. Remember how cold you were and the extra
I was freezing. Yes.
Well, yeah, you had the worst part. I mean, you're in most of the movie without clothes.
Without
And-
clothes. Yes.
And yeah, because my wife hadn't seen it. And I was like, you got to watch this. And the same, half of me is like, do I really want to show her this movie? And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I liked it for more than just this, couple scenes. I promise.
I know you did.
So it comes on, and I'm like, and if it wasn't a genuinely good movie, I wouldn't have shown it just because I don't want to have to deal with that. So
Right.
but it's such a good movie. I'm like, look at this. And she says, that poor girl she's new to every one of these scenes. I'm like, I know.
I'm going to tell you though. I'm going to tell you. And I think if I remember correctly, Linnea, I think your father's a doctor, right?
Yes.
And you just were like, bodies are beautiful. And, she made all the rest of us comfortable with her being naked. She was just very, put the robe back on. She was very casual about it. And we were all young, and I was just like blown away at how gracious and lovely she was about being naked and she was not that kind of a la 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 kind of girl. She did her beautifully. She put her, her robe back on, and oh my gosh, you guys, I learned a lot from just watching Linnea work and being naked and being gracious.
Well,
So
The only bad thing I did was I stained Graham's Jaguar.
How?
My white paint, the waterproof
Oh,
paint. He let me sit in his car to warm up, and it came off on his seats, and he could never get it off on his like leather seats.
I think that's the selling point of the car.
exactly.
There is a little bit of trash still in this car.
Oh yeah,
Graham talked about that forever. It was
because
hilarious.
his wife was mad, right?
I
Yeah, well,
bet.
he had Louise. Remember, he was married to one girl, and then he got divorced and was then married to Louise. And but she even knew the whole story because she was on the set. Her and the girl were friends at the time.
Oh,
It was an amicable dissolving
divorce.
of the marriage, divorce. Yeah. So but yeah, the wives. I'm sure the first wife was not happy at all. You know.
No.
Oh, Linnea, it's so funny. Yeah.
Oh my
The
God.
problem
There
that
was
Kyle
evidence.
had when he showed his wife that scene is
Yeah.
when it came on, he sat up like Miguel did. Yeah.
Well,
Oh shit! Sorry,
but
honey.
he
No,
didn't
I meant
know that I'd be taking off my clothes. And he was like shocked. He thought, oh my God, you can't do that.
Yeah. And John too. John didn't read the whole
John.
script. Well,
Oh
Miguel too.
no.
Miguel was blown away. He couldn't believe it. And John also came to set that day, had no idea what Linnea was going to do. Is
Oh
that
no.
crazy? It was like,
That's
I
funny.
just read my parts and knew my lines. Showed up. It's like,
Well,
oh
that's
my
the thing, because I mean, they just make you do it. And I remember on the commentary, I believe it was Dan O'Bannon who said, "If I had known how many fans were going to be females of this film, I would have had some guy take his pants off in the film." So, he's like, he was trying to cater to the male audience, and then every female I talked to that see, oh my God, I love that film. Oh my God. When I told there was somebody, I worked at a cavern as a tour guide for a while, and I mentioned, I'm like, I don't know if any of you have ever heard, because they were really young, and I said, you probably have never heard of Return of the Living Dead, but I'm supposedly going to be in this sequel. And they're like, oh my God, I love that. They were sitting there, they even said, tonight we'll make love till we die. I was like, holy crap. I'm like, you do know it. So that is one of those films because they're making thousands, literally thousands of horror movies every year.
Oh
We,
yeah.
I mean, it's we checked it out. It's like 2,000 a year are coming out,
Wow.
and there's only a select few that you keep going back to that just. And I think it had to be risky because it's very rare that you'll see a movie say another classic lied. So, Night of the Living Dead, that movie lied. That was
Yeah.
ballsy to do
Yeah.
because everybody was a fan of Night of the Living Dead, and you're basically just saying, nope, the rules don't apply. We're going to say it lied. And it seems to me a bad idea. And then it blew up, and I
yeah.
think it's as loved. Some people love it more than Night of the Living Dead. Other people like Night of the Living Dead more. But I don't know anybody who will just say, one or the other. I don't like this one I really don't like for this or that. It's so iconic. It's so funny, and it's thought provoking. My wife was sitting there watching because I was curious as to what she was gonna comment on, other than your nudity. And she said, and she's like, the butterflies were fluttering. She said, oh, they
Yeah.
really thought this out. And the half dogs, I'm like, that's why I like this. It wasn't just a zombie movie with dead corpses. They thought a
No.
lot about this. And then as soon as you get to the part with, they're sawing through the head, through neck.
Oh.
You're like, this is not your typical. Now you've seen that type of thing a million times.
Yeah.
But back then, I was just glued. It was on HBO, and I was glued. And there's no horror movie I've seen more than Return of the Living Dead. And in the performances that you guys did in that sold it, whether you're being serious about the horror, James, it's more out, like going like, oh my God, this is going on. The dumb guy here, the whole thing put together worked so well. And I remember
Mhm.
seeing the trailer thinking to myself, this is going to be awful. This is, I don't relate to these people. It's a bunch of,
Misfits.
people, yeah, it's misfits and bullies and jerks. I'm like, I don't want to watch this and then watch another, oh, I'm gonna get killed by a zombie that's walking,
Like,
and then you start
yeah.
watching this thing, and because it was on HBO, there was nothing else on, and I'm like, all right, I'll give this thing a shot, and I was floored from beginning
Wow.
to the explosion at the end. That thing was just absolutely phenomenal. So kudos to the entire cast, both living and dead and undead. Because yeah, you guys did a tremendous job We can't tell you how excited we are for Trash's Revenge. I wish you guys could talk more about it,
That's,
but you can't. So maybe one day we can have you guys back
yeah.
to talk about
Yeah, what are you
that.
doing next week?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Do something. If we knew something, we would tell you. But
No,
Yes.
I understand.
Richard is keeping it so close to the vest because of the whole Walsh lawsuits and all of
Yeah,
that.
Oh,
no, and
yeah.
that's the thing. And I don't want to give anything away. I want to be
No.
surprised too. That's the
Yeah.
one cool thing about doing the scene remotely by myself. I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
So it's going to still be very cool. And just to be able to say that I'm this small, tiny part of the universe that you all created, I can't tell you how excited I am for this.
Oh, I love
So,
that.
All
so I'm
right.
very excited, and I'm glad I didn't frickin' put my money in the other film that would
Oh,
have. I would
Yeah.
be, even if it came out, I would always have this degree of guilt, like what is going on here, and I would feel like I'm with the enemy, and that would
Right.
never. And I'm sure anybody who did never meant that as the intent. They probably
yeah.
just did the same thing I did, and
Oh,
on the other
yeah.
side, and hope for the best, and then read all the bad things. Well, we only
Have you
have
seen his other films? I call them
no.
films lightly, you know.
I didn't know he made other films. I thought this
Yeah,
was
there's
it.
one called Goats, Killer Goat or something like Kill Her Goats.
What
Yeah.
is that? And something else
Something
called
goofy like that.
Muck, made by the Schmuck.
Yeah. I call
Yeah.
him washed up Walsh.
There you go.
I think you two need to do a sitcom together. I think you two would be absolutely great.
Yeah.
You're like a new Laverne and Shirley type situation.
That would be fun.
I
That
think it would be
fun.
Love
great.
it.
I would watch that in a heartbeat.
I would have the best time going to work with Linnea every day. It would just be fun. I would love it because we just talk. We get along so
Yeah.
great, so well.
Maybe maybe MGM will call us and give us our sitcom.
Yes. Well,
You-
here's the other thing is that, all of this commotion that's going on, we are hoping that it wakes up the giant, wakes up MGM and
Yeah.
Amazon, and they go, wait a minute, what is all this commotion about? Why have we not done another Return of the Living Dead movie? And maybe they will, and we can, maybe get cameos then, but
Yeah.
let's wake them up, not just for our sake, but just to get, take care of Walsh. Whoosh, whoosh,
Well, it
whoosh.
seems like, especially
Somebody
since
call
they have.
TMZ.
Well, I don't know why they're not already on this. If now that there's Prime, they need
Content.
content.
Yeah.
So, this is again, you've got Tubi that've got 60 Amityville movies on there. I'm sure people would tune in, and that's not an exaggeration. We looked it
No,
up.
it's not.
That's how many there are.
right.
They can definitely make, some more Return of the Living Dead films.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I've got a great idea for one that I'm no longer going to talk about. I talked about it, I think, once before, and I'm not going to bring it up again because now I'm afraid someone's going to take it. But I got
Yeah, don't trust anyone in the business.
once I figure out who to actually pitch it to get it made, I'm going to pitch it because I think it's a brilliant idea, and I would want the original cast in it, even though it takes place beforehand. I want the same type of thing. I got a really cool idea, but you'd play different parts, but it's already officially, something that can happen. So let's do it.
Well,
Copyright it. Copyright it.
All right. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well,
Here's
go
my
ahead, John.
thought real quick with the Laverne and Shirley style sitcom. Let's get Adam Green involved in that. And that would be fucking cinematic gold.
That would be. He
You
is
guys and
funny.
Adam Green behind the scenes.
He is funny. He's good.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
I like him.
Yeah. Cool.
Even if we did that's the thing. I'm wondering what Trash's Revenge is going to end up really being, and then maybe something can spin off from that. So
We didn't know what Return of the Living Dead was going to be. We thought it would be just another movie,
Yeah.
Nope. And even the sequels to that, the official sequels to it, have never lived up to that.
No.
I've got my favorites, but Return of the Living Dead itself, from beginning to end, to me, is flawless. And
It
I
is.
don't say that about many movies.
I don't either.
So
I think with the cast and all of our wardrobe and all of it, I think that the part two with all of us in it would have been phenomenal.
Yeah, it would have been.
We're
Even
all
if you played
so
different
well.
roles, just like
Yeah.
chemistry.
I think it
Yeah.
was a continuation, a continuation of maybe the mom missed us,
Yeah.
and things continued on. And I think it would have been gold. I think it would have been
Yeah.
great. But oh well.
Yeah. And they say that at the end. They're like, it didn't hit the target. It was a little off, but then there's rain and stuff like that. I'm like, you never actually, these people could still be around.
Right.
It could happen. Because
Yeah.
that was the thing. I had an idea for a sequel, but it takes place immediately after the first one, like immediately. And then a prequel. So we'll see. Maybe we'll all work again. Another round.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Well,
only
I
have.
got my hat. Send more paramedics.
Oh my
Send more
God, love it.
cops.
I love.
That was one I made. That was
It is.
from years ago. Wow, you
Yes,
still
and
have
I
it. I love
have
it.
it. I love the hat.
My
Yes,
my
That's awesome.
my father-in-law has a hat that I like that I want to take to a convention. It's the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. He actually was one, and that was who.
wow.
So I'm like, oh my God, I got to keep that hat. So
Yes.
so
And
yeah.
how about
Yeah.
everybody sign it, even if it's on the inside? That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that was the thing when I was going to go to see you guys. I was going to get signatures of everybody. I got a notebook somewhere here, and every page it looks like a VHS of. They just took the cover off and made a notebook out of it. And I'm like, I'll have somebody sign it. And then yeah, the emergency came up, so I missed my opportunity.
Nice.
Oh man.
But
Well,
the
Beverly,
merchandise
you
that I
gotta go
bought,
sell some houses.
I do, I know. Oh my gosh.
but
yes.
the media package I bought from Trash's Revenge has like autograph stuff in it. There's like CDs and DVD. I bought the works, so I'm
good.
finally going to get
Good.
all the stuff I tried to get. I just went the long way about it. Well,
Yeah, you did.
unfortunately, Beverly has a commitment in 3 minutes, so we
Yes.
need to wrap this up.
Wow.
Please tell me all about any of the projects you got coming up, any signings, conventions, anything, and we will provide links to all of those in the descriptions.
Oh, great.
So that help promote all your stuff. We have our own Amazon store as well. We already have the Return of the Living Dead up on there. Any other films you're working on, we'll put up there as well. We have a merchandise store too. So if you were able to sell merchandise, I would sell your merchandise and I would give you 100% of the profits just to get people to our store. So I wouldn't screw you guys.
I have t-shirts, Return of the Living, ROTLD Originals t-shirts that I bought a ton of them when this all started. We thought we're going to fight Walsh, and I started the limited LLC. And so, yeah, if I could maybe, well, I'm in construction right now, so it's a nightmare. But if I could pull them out and send you samples of it, I'd love to get those 2 boxes.
Yeah.
T-shirts sold. So I might send those to you. Thank you so much.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I would love to help out.
Linnea had a really cool week last week.
Yes.
What
Tell
happened?
us all about it.
I did a Iron Maiden video.
Whoa.
With Bruce Dickinson. It was really fun. It was him, his guitar player, his wife, and me in this video. And then
That is awesome.
he's got some other awesome people in it, but it was really fun. He was the nicest guy. He was so cute.
When will that be released? Do you know?
I don't know yet. But Leo Liberte is a great director, especially like heavy metal stuff. He directed it. It was amazing.
So we just got to see whenever their new album probably comes out, and then they'll probably drop it around then. So
yes.
All right. So check out the Iron. We will provide links to that as well as soon as it becomes available. If it's not already available for pre-order. All right. What do you have any movies coming out other than Trash's Revenge, which we've provided links to that multiple times as well.
Jackknife.
Jackknife.
Jackknife. I just did.
Who's directing that?
That is Joe, and I can't remember his last name right now. I can't believe it.
He's so good. He only needs one name.
He only needs one name, but they're a great company, and I'm like drawing a blank from talking today.
That's okay. Go ahead. What else, Linnea? You got that.
I can't think of anything else.
You got some. Don't you have a convention coming up next week?
What convention?
Yeah. Days of the Dead in Las Vegas next weekend.
That's a fun one. That one's so fun. Oh my gosh. Um,
Vegas.
I'm supposed to do Driller Killer 2 with Eric Roberts.
Are
And
you
it's,
really?
yeah, Richard Driscoll.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
And he's got another big movie that he's doing right now. I don't think I'm allowed to say, but Miguel's Attack, I believe. So I'm but yeah, I'm excited about the Driller Killer too. So we're supposed to do that. And yeah, that's all I have besides working on my house and real estate. I'm
That's
busy
all. And fighting more than the
fighting,
lawyer. And yes,
fighting the
yes.
Walsh thing.
Well, we hope you have time for fun because it sounds like it's just been, dismal, bad news here, bad news there, lawsuit here, lawsuit there. You're supposed to be able to shoot a movie and then 41 years later, occasionally maybe get a check in the mail. You're not supposed to be going to court 41 years later. That's
I
or 42
know.
or however long it's been.
But guys, we won. We won.
Yeah, we
We
won.
we got the judge to say that this guy owns nothing. We feel so good about that victory. I guess today we're kind of dismal about things, but oh my gosh, victory for us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we heard what the judge said, we were like over the moon. We were just like, whoa.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like told you. We told you.
Yeah.
We are so happy for you. And we've been talking because we've been posting like updates every now and then on our show. Like, okay, here's new things we heard, but we still didn't want to get too much into the legal battle. 'Cause we're like, things sometimes go the opposite way than you expect. And we're like, well, let's just kind of see what happens. And, good luck to both sides, that type of thing. But as soon as it came out, we're like, I knew it. So here we go. And I'm glad, so happy, Beverly, that you could come. You even wanted to come back after we already had you on. So I'm glad you enjoyed being with us the first time. And Linnea, so happy that you were took time out to be with us because I know you guys are being asked to do podcasts normally all the time, but this week it's got to be insane.
Yes.
So
We're
thank
only
you.
doing special ones, though.
Right.
We're not doing like a ton of them or anything.
Thank you. That means
Yeah.
That does.
honestly, that means more to us than anything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
We're
so-
discussing. We're discussing what? It's hard. It's hard to, yeah. You don't want to flood it. It's kind of,
Yeah.
And you both are always, always, always forever welcome on the show. If you got any updates of any kind, if you got anything you just want to talk, if you want to just come on here and talk shit about horror movies for an hour.
or Walsh.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You can talk about anything you want to talk about. I mean, you take care of animals. You're a big animal supporter. To tell us about that.
Oh, well, Beverly has to get going.
Okay,
But
okay.
I am like, my dogs are being really good. I can't believe it. They were like going crazy before. And my cats are being good because they're in another building. But, and then I might be getting, I didn't tell you, Beverly, a couple little donkeys.
Oh,
Oh
come
my
on.
God, that
Oh,
would be so
Maybe a Highland cow. A little, I don't know yet.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot more work. It's like,
My-
do I want more work?
Are the Highland cows the little ones
Yes.
with the horns?
Fluffy
My
and
wife
yeah.
is started to collect those, and we
they're
just
so
saw
cute.
a Halloween costume for our dog that's a Highland cow. And I was telling my wife about it, and she looked it up, and she said, "Well, I have to go to PetSmart today." So, so yeah, my wife is huge into that. We are huge animal lovers. We support all the
good.
different animal things. It's a zoo over at John's house.
Yeah, it is.
He's got
Oh,
one of
A cat, 3 dogs, a leopard gecko, a crested gecko, a dead leaf mantis, and 16 freaking garden snails.
Wow.
So,
And I got to take care of all of them.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. Yes.
It's worth it.
hard.
all right.
I just had to go to the doctor because my dog accidentally got my eye and I've got a floater and they're like,
Oh
oh, you might have that for 6 months to a year. And it's driving me nuts. It's like a fly in my peripheral vision. I'm
no.
like,
Oh
oh,
no.
yeah.
I was told a couple months ago, not only am I allergic to almost every food that exists, but I'm also allergic to my 2 dogs and a cat. And I'm like, well, I can
Oh, no.
I can go without eating a lot of food. but no one's taken my cats, my cat and my
No,
dogs.
no.
So
Right.
I will just puff up occasionally if I have to. Well,
Yes.
thank you both for coming. We got to get Beverly out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like John said, you are more than welcome anytime you want to come on for anything to promote anything. Tell us, and we'll put a show together within minutes if we have to.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
All right,
Yeah.
fantastic.
More, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you both on the win. I know it was a diabolical couple years for you both.
Yeah.
Good luck with the future projects. We're excited about Trash's Revenge. So we hope to have you both on so we can talk about that
That's
as
what
we
we'll
get closer to release date.
Yes.
super.
So thank you both. Beverly Randolph,
Thank you.
Linnea
Thank you.
Quigley. For John Horton, I'm Kyle Pearson. Thanks for tuning in to Attack of the Spotlight. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, and most of your favorite podcast services. Thanks for watching, and see Trash's Revenge, hopefully in theaters next year.
Yes.